Debut show, new episode on the upbeat. This episode, I'm going to throw some clips in. It's about my Roomba. Gotta put the chairs up. This will be a 10-minute clip. That thing, one of the best purchases I've ever made. The iRobot crew that built and deployed that, I think that's now one of the old models. I don't know what it is. It's not, I paid $300 for it. It's like the 650, it's not the 750 or the 850 or whatever the new models are. The newer ones have chips in them where they actually learn and memorize the pattern of what. This little devil is the mid, or now the older gen. The 600, I think, and I think you can get it for like $199 now. I don't know if it's at special days, like, you know, Prime Day, Black Friday, whatever. But our downstairs, which it's under the couch right now, is all tile with carpet. It can get under everything. There's its docking station. As you can see, well, I don't now. I had the chairs up. I put the chairs up so that it can go over everywhere. It has minor issue with carpet on occasion. It'll lift corners. It'll lift corners of the carpet. I will show you a video where if it's stuck right in there and it just does a circle, the commands, it can't get out right in there because the carpet will go up also and it will go under. I've run it now for 3 or 4 months, 5 months, I don't know, since February, it's May. That thing kicks ass. Twice now it's gotten stuck in there. And it sits and it spins. In this whole layout of a downstairs. For some reason, it gets stuck right there and it can't get out. So, weird. I should probably send it into Roomba and say, what's going down in Chinatown? Twice now in 5 months. But I'm going to do a show on the Roomba and that thing kicks ass. You should get one. Debut I out. It's flashing docking. Now you're seeing it dock. It's actually docking. It will go out, turn around, and go back in. This is the older model. This thing is awesome. Awesome. The newer models, as I said, they will memorize your environment. They'll memorize everything. They will, and it's got, you know, microprocessors and chips and whatnot. Yeah, it's got microprocessors and chips and whatnot in it. It will memorize your floor layout. You can take it to another floor, it'll memorize that floor layout. Ooh! See how she's limping on her leg on that side that has 3 toes? Yeah, we took her to the doctor. So, this thing is awesome. It memorizes the floor layout, the newer ones. They're more expensive, of course, $400, $500, $600. They have a metallic color to them. That's the old style. It's got the bumper on the front. It's got the drawer on the back where the iRobot is right there. It's charging right now. It runs for an hour. The docking process goes on. Again, that one doesn't have a floor layout. It doesn't know where the dock is. You can buy things that broadcast a signal so that it avoids them. Meaning if it's something that you don't want that thing to hit, like that dock, you put it against the wall and it sends a barrier signal out and the Roomba goes around it. There's like a bazillion different accessories you can buy for that thing in-house. I run that off my smartphone, even though it's the older one of the older ones, and you set a schedule for it. It runs at 9 o'clock every morning till 10 o'clock. If you aren't aware of the number of particulates, especially on your ground floor, where you have shoes and flip-flops, here in Florida, even when you're in wet weather or differing climates, where you have precipitation and other things, snow, rain, and all that jazz, the shit you bring in from the outside, the shit that she generates, the particulates that are generated, dander, dog hair, dust, shoe collection from your shoes, rocks, stones. From my backyard, I have wood chips. Everything comes in here. And you go, you know what, it doesn't generate that much. But then, I'm just giving you do your spring cleaning, and what happens? You're like, holy shit. And some material is a much greater attractor for particulates. They're a sponge. We get the carpet done probably once every 6 months. We have a local company, a local husband and wife. They're awesome. He has his own van. He comes in for like $300. He does all the tile, all the grout. I don't have it sealed. He does the stairs. He does the carpet in the upstairs hall, and then he'll do touch-ups. He might do some of the bedrooms. We've got 3 bedrooms. So he does that for $300. And I do that twice a year. But down here, that little mug runs every day. And if it's dirty, we mop the floor, but we also run that again at night. And just like your spring cleaning when you're like, oh my God. And just like your illnesses and your filters in your house with what you're running through your HVAC, and then you pull that monthly filter out and you're like, this stuff is getting sucked in through the air, through the vents from my outdoor condenser, right? All the shit, and then what you physically track in. And truthfully, that's where the majority of this stuff comes from. It comes from us off of our feet tracking this stuff into the house, right? And then, you know, the general airflow. The airflow is what drives all the particulates that settle, the dust and whatnot. And it does it in millions and billions of particles, and it fills up, man. That, I think I got it for $2.99 for Mother's Day. No, before Mother's Day, for Tracy's birthday. Nah, not for Tracy's birthday. It was for it wasn't Mother's Day. It was, for Valentine's Day. It was February. I bought it for February, and she was like, what? And I'm like, look, man, we have had so much problem with this tile, and it's caused so much angst that we would sweep every day, and we would run the vacuum every day, and then probably twice a week, she would mop the floor. We have 3 or 4 different mops, and I'd mop the floor once a week, right? That thing has been a game changer. It hasn't broken down. I'm pretty particular about cleaning it probably once or twice a month. No, once every 2 months, I pop it over. Once every 2 months, it's got a handle on it. Pick it right up, carry it. There you go. There's your Roomba, right? That's the bumper in the front. That's a sensor right there. That's the drawer in the back. We'll put it over here. Let's look at this thing. Let me see if I can set this bad boy up. So that we're dealing with the Roomba. And I'm at the bottom of this. Hopefully you can see me. I clean this thing. These wheel things pop out. So first and foremost, in a day, it picks up a bit. In 2 days, that's what it picks up. 2 days. In this 1,200, 1,300 square feet of the downstairs. It picks all that up. Dude, are you kidding me? You breathe that in, you track it around. It sits in the house. It collects more. This stuff, is a magnet for collecting more dander and dust. It's insane. It's insane, right? So, hold on, I'm gonna empty this. Dog food. Rika's dog food. It goes around her bowl and picks up her dog food. that's it. That's emptying it. It's got a HEPA filter, whatever you want to call it. It's a minor air filter, right? You can clean it, you can buy new ones, goes right in. That's the connection between the outside and the inside, so that you maintain that delta. It keeps all the particulates in while it's sucking it up, and it's evacuating air out through here, right? But that's it. That's the dust drawer. That thing fills up in 2 days. 2 days. And then this thing comes right off, right? So it's pretty simple. It's pretty straightforward. I mean, you just pop it up. And then these come out. And as you can see, they have a bunch of stuff in them, right? They collect dust, and you can clean all that off. And then they collect stuff in here. Around here they collect stuff that you can also clean off. I cleaned this recently, I think. Maybe 2-3 weeks ago. And these are the things that spin. And that's it. I mean, it's that freaking straightforward. It's that easy. That's how awesome this little vacuum is. I shit you not. Ooh. It's got gack in there too. And then you got to put the square back in the square so that it goes in all the way. And then this one comes out the same way. And you clean that off. And they spin. And this thing is the thing that spins so that as it drives around, it picks up all the particulates and then brushes it into the drawer. I mean, it's awesome. And these are replaceable. You can buy these parts. See how it gets curved? And it probably isn't as efficient doing the job. So you can buy a new one of this, new brush. And all that, it collects, see? It collects rug material and stuff, almost like a yarn. And this will build up. It'll get bigger and bigger as it wraps around, and I cut those off to keep it running clean. I then take like wipes, Clorox wipes and stuff, and I wipe this all down so that it's all clean. That's it, dude. These okay, so I don't know where this thing turned off or whatever. But like I was saying, on these, I remove the string that builds up in there. It's usually carpet and some other stuff. Like on this one, you can see it already starting to build. So I use scissors, I cut that out just to keep this thing running smoothly. I do it probably once every 2 months, right? So that it can rotate properly. You can replace these parts. This is the spinner and the brush that push it into the drawer that connects on the back. It's got a little moving brush that continually spins, pushes all the particulate this way so that it captures it all. These are your sensors and chargers that sit on the base. Here's your front wheel for turning. These can rotate, counter rotate. They can go up and down so they can change height and adjust. This thing it's badass, man. I'm just telling you all around. The first versions that came out, I waited for 2 or 3 years. They had maybe even longer, like 2008, 9, 10, 11 or something like that, 11, 12, 13. And I didn't buy them, and they're like, yeah, they got carpet robots or whatever they call them, little mini vacuums. And there were a lot of problems with them. And then I saw that sort of stabilize. And then this year I bought this thing, and it's been running since February, and it's unreal. Unreal. It always gets it done. This thing is, we don't sweep every day. We don't have to. It picks it up. Once a week, we got a mop. This thing does, we'll run the vacuum. Maybe on occasion I'll shake the rugs out or whatever, but it gets everything. Then we'll wash the rugs. It gets everything. This thing is sick, and it's durable. With the bumper on the front, and I haven't had an issue with parts or anything. There are some replacement pieces that come. Like I said, in the dustbin, you got the little HEPA filter or whatever it is. They gave me a replacement one of those. I can order replacement brush, replacement spinner. I keep it clean with Clorox wipes or whatever. This thing is awesome. I highly recommend anyone that's got the right surface investing in this machine. And just letting it rip for an hour a day. It will keep wherever you're running it, and you can run it on multiple floors. You can run it twice a day. For a while, for a week, 2 weeks, we ran it twice a day. And it was picking stuff up because we had excessive kids in here. We had a lot of stuff initially. Those first week that I ran it, it would almost fill up every day, the bin. Now, like I showed, it fills up. In 2 days, it'll fill the bin up, just about. With all the particulates, the stuff that comes from the air, from all your ducts, from your air circulation. So my rating on the Roomba, this is the older, the 600. I haven't seen the 7 or the 800. They're more expensive, but they memorize floor layouts and stuff. It's a 10 out of 10. And I'm not saying you're not going to get this thing and it will ship to you and you'll have problems with the part. You'll have a spinner or a brush that's defective or something, and it causes you a headache. I'm not saying that won't occur. That occurs. Parts are parts, man. These things come, and you got to manage that. It's an electronic piece of equipment, so it may show up just like a hard drive, or a computer, or a camera, or anything nowadays that has electronics in it. It may show up with a faulty part. Send it back, get it replaced. It's got a warranty. We have not had a problem with this, knock on wood, and this thing's running like a tank. And I'm telling you right now, I give it a 10 out of 10. I strongly suggest anybody with wood floors, with an open space layout, even if you have chairs and whatnot, it circumnavigates around them. And if you buy the newer one, it'll memorize the whole pattern. It'll memorize the pattern of your floor. And it just, the dog harasses it. She barks and hits the bumper and tries to attack it. Once in a while, I say, no, Rika, she backs off. These things are awesome. That's my product review on this. Everyone that owns a home has an open floor layout, has an area that they have to keep clean and sweep, that has high traffic areas, through a kitchen, through a living room, high living area spaces, right? Not like a guest bedroom or anything. Though this would do great in a guest bedroom 2 times a month, right? So you let it run under the bed, you let it run around the room. As long as you don't have clutter or whatever, it'll clean all the rug and everything. It'll keep the majority of that room dust free. But if you don't have people in it, it's not high traffic, then you have no need for this thing. But for high traffic areas, no more sweeping. Tracy and I don't sweep. We use the dust broom now for the back to brush the wood chips back off the walkway onto the wood chip areas. That's it. Roomba, iRobot, A++10. That's what I give you. Dave DY Show. Out. Subscribe, comment, like, share. Buy a Roomba. Buy your loved one a Roomba. Get one for each floor. I'm telling you, you're going to thank me later. They're worth it. Thanks. Out.